Do you ever look back on a conversation and realize it was a turning point? A few years ago, I sat across from a new client. We'll call him Rob. He was in his late 50s, successful, responsible with his money, and carrying the kind of quiet stress that's familiar to a lot of high achievers. He leaned in and said, "David, I've hit my number. I should be able to retire, but I don't feel ready. I don't even know what ready is supposed to feel like." We talked more and it became clear that Rob had been operating under a common belief that there's this magic number that unlocks retirement. Hit that number and you're free. But here's the problem. That magic number approach to retirement is a myth, because retirement isn't a finish line. It's not a number on a spreadsheet, a green line you follow down the street. It's a season of life. And you don't just need a number to retire smart, you need a plan. So in this video, I want to unpack what it really means to retire smart without relying on that one elusive number. Hey everyone, I'm David Caviness, certified financial planner. And let's start with what the magic number idea gets wrong. Most people assume their retirement number is just a matter of math. If I spend $120,000 per year, I'm going to need $3 million saved. But that line of thinking oversimplifies a complex reality, because retirement spending isn't fixed, it shifts. In your early retirement years, you might spend more, travel, hobbies, maybe helping your kids. In your later years, spending might slow until healthcare costs creep in. So baking in one number for 30 years of a dynamic life, it's not a plan, it's a guess. And here's the kicker. That guess can create false confidence or unnecessary fear. Some people oversave and delay retirement because they're chasing a moving target. Others undersave, assuming they'll just figure it out later. And neither of those approaches leads to confidence. So what does smart retirement planning look like? It starts by reframing the goal. Instead of asking, "What's my number?" start asking, "What do I want this season of life to look like? And what's the cash flow needed to support that vision?" That's where real clarity will start to form. So here's how I guide my clients through this. Step one is to define the lifestyle, not just the expenses. And this is where we get specific. Where will you live? Will you downsize or keep your home? Are you traveling twice a year? Maybe planning to take your grandkids on grand adventures? Will you be working part-time, volunteering, or consulting? This all paints the picture, because a great retirement plan isn't just about surviving, it's about funding the life you actually want to live. And step two is to build your cash flow engine. Now that we understand lifestyle, we build the engine to support it. This means pulling together all of the components. Social Security, any pensions or maybe stock options that you have, your retirement accounts, your brokerage and non-retirement assets, and then any other outside sources of income, such as maybe real estate if you have rental property. We determine how and when these sources will be used. Not just, do I have enough, but how do I create a steady, tax-efficient income from what I've already built? And step three, add structure to your withdrawals. And this is where most do-it-yourself plans begin to fall apart. It's not enough to have accounts. You need a strategy, an income strategy for which dollars to use and when. Sometimes we'll start with the taxable brokerage accounts, letting your retirement accounts grow. Sometimes Roth conversions make sense to reduce future taxes. And this is why two families with the same net worth can have vastly different retirement outcomes. It's not just what you've saved, it's how you use it. And step four, stress test the plan. We're going to run the numbers through different lenses. What if the market dips early in your retirement years? What if inflation remains high? What if you live to 95 or 100? This isn't about being pessimistic. It's about preparing with confidence. Because the goal is not perfection. The goal is resilience. When I walked Rob through this process, something shifted. It wasn't that I magically gave him permission to retire. It was that he finally understood how his money would work for him for the next 30 years, not just on paper, but in real life. And he stopped chasing a number and started living with a plan. So let me ask you, are you still guessing your way toward retirement? Or is it time to stop chasing a number and to start building a plan that aligns with the life you actually want? If this resonates, this is exactly the kind of conversation I have with the people I work with. Let's take the guesswork out of retirement and create a strategy that actually makes sense for you. Again, I'm David Caviness, certified financial planner and founder of Caviness Wealth Management. If you're ready to design a retirement that's based on purpose, not just a number, but on a purpose, visit my website at cavinesswealth.com. Schedule a time to connect. I'd love to have a conversation with you.